All right, joining me now is TVC News Correspondent Femi Akande, who is in Jos to bring us update on the security situation on the Plateau or in Plateau State. Femi, it's good to have you join me right now. I wonder what residents of Jos are saying and feeling right now following the governor's broadcast this morning as a way of assuring them that government will do all it can to ensure that their lives are safe. What are they saying?
Yes, Mike, Funab Joshua is in Jos. I am monitoring the situation from Abuja here. You know, we watched the governor's state broadcast today. This is the first broadcast the governor is making since when this whole incident started about 2 weeks ago, when commuters were killed traveling through Jos around the Irigwe side. This is the first time the governor is coming out to give a statement, and it's also in response to pressure piled on him by the State House of Assembly. You know, they have given him 2 weeks to find lasting solutions to the security situation in the country, and the whole situation in Jos is very dynamic. The whole thing is happening spontaneously. We also hear that the State House of Assembly in Plateau State has been shut down with security agencies positioned around that area, denying access to some lawmakers and indeed people who need to gain entrance into that legislative building in Plateau State. There is so much tension in the state, and this has gone beyond the clashes and communal clashes we're seeing there. There's so much political undertone too. We saw in the governor's speech where he commended some of his colleagues for standing by him. I wondered also why some of his colleagues hurriedly sent in logistic to pull out citizens of their state from Jos. This is also one situation or one incident that painted a very bad situation in Jos, where state governors sent logistics to ferry their people out of Plateau State. This gave an impression that the situation in the state was about to degenerate, and indeed it did degenerate. We saw killings and counter killings in what have become a tit-for-tat cycle of violence in the Plateau. What people are worried about is the involvement of security agencies. Why have they not been too involved in trying to quell these retaliatory attacks in Plateau State? There is actually nobody in the middle. The two sides are just in a free-for-all, killings and counter-killings, and it appears as if security agencies are overwhelmed. We saw the state governor coming to the State House in Abuja to meet President Muhammadu Buhari to give him a situation report of the violence and all of that happening in the Plateau State. The president gave him strong assurances that a lot will be done, but you know, that assurance has not really yielded result. The killings are still continuing, even though the governor has relaxed the curfew now in Jos North, and even the Jos South, the curfew there have also been relaxed. These are just part of intermediary efforts to see how peace can be restored to the state. But as we speak, the situation in Plateau State remains very volatile.
All right, talking from the perspective of what happened, between yesterday and now, what has changed when it comes to deployment of security agencies? Because the governor, in his broadcast, was assuring the state and residents that everything will be done to ensure that everyone is kept safe. What has really changed? How much of deployment of security agencies are on ground in Jos?
Yes, what has changed is the statement from the presidency saying they will forcefully crush the criminal elements perpetrating the violence in Plateau State. Strong statements from the presidency. What we may begin to see happen now will be a huge deployment of security forces to Plateau State. We expect any moment from now we'll begin to see that physical movement of security agencies, deployment from maybe here in Abuja and other military divisions, military positions around Plateau State. They will be deployed into Plateau State to help calm the situation and create an atmosphere of peace, so that citizens will feel safe to carry out their normal and legitimate activity there in Plateau State. Mike.
Femi Akande, thank you very much for bringing us up to speed on this. Thank you.